part of members of Rotary Downtown Houston, or if you are just a CEO, you're also welcome to come. And so what we're going to be doing is just having general conversations about business challenges that we bring up a topic and then we have a conversation around it and see how your business is handling all these issues. Or if you already overcome the issue, you can provide advice to the other CEOs. So it can range anywhere from if you're a startup or you're an established business over $1 million trying to scale to 10 million, or you're a $100 million company, right? So any level of CEO, if you guys come, you guys can offer your wisdom to help promote business growth in our community. And that's the reason why we do CEO Roundtable. So I encourage you guys to come. And also it's a good time to get to know some of our members here, because sometimes we're here, we may not have enough time. Whereas the CEO Roundtable is 2 hours long from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. It is at the ballroom at Tanglewood, hosted by Craig, the same host that hosts us here at our ballroom in the Bayou. So please come, guys. And if you're interested to sign up, please register at our website, the Downtown Rotary Club of Houston.org. At that website, I believe the date is September 19th, right there. Okay? So thank you very much, guys. I hope to see you guys there.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vincent. You still getting it together? Okay.
Yeah, just sit down a second. We've got a couple more things. Anyone who's any Rotary members who are here that do not have their lapel pin, hold your hand up, because we've got a whole bunch of them. We're going to make sure everyone's legal.
Legal.
The president included, all of us. Did you have it, Tom?
He doesn't have it.
Okay.
He doesn't have it. That's okay.
All right.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and officially open the meeting.
Please stand.
If you would please stand. Gary Blackman, if you would please come lead us in prayer.
Read his title.
The Downtown Rotary member and senior pastor of Crossway Christian Fellowship and chair of the Board of Trustees of Houston Christian University. And I would like to ask you to remember Stuart Morris, his son Stuart, in your prayers today. He broke his ankle over the weekend playing rugby.
Would you bow for a moment of silence before we begin our prayer? Gracious God, our Father and Lord, creator and sustainer of all things that is or will be ever be, accept our thanks for this day, O Lord, and the blessings of this day. We thank you for the rain that watered the earth and may be indicative that you want to rain on us and refresh us today. We ask that you will guide and direct our club, Lord, and I pray for the leaders and all the actions that are going to be taking place today. Grant us, the Lord, the responsibility as Rotarians to always put community before self, the Lord. And indeed, Father, I pray that you would give us the opportunity to serve others more than ourselves. Bless our day, dear Lord, in this fellowship today. And dear Father, we do lift up Stuart the third, dear Father, to you. And I pray, dear Father, you would heal his body and his heart, dear Lord. And Father, I pray that you would make him whole again, dear Lord. And we thank you, Father, for the food we're about to receive. May it nourish our bodies as we eat it. We give you thanks in all things, for it's in the strong name of your blessing, the Lord, that we ask now. For it's in your holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much, Pastor Blackman. That was beautiful. I'd like to ask Andrew Martin, the Downtown Rotary board member and CEO of Six Figure Dinners, to come say the pledge, please. Andrew.
All right, thanks, Tom. Would you turn and face the flag? We have two flags, so pick which flag you want to pick. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Fred Barton, Downtown Rotary member and retired from General Electric. If you would please come say the Texas pledge.
Okay. To honor the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Do you say that very often, Tom?
No. I'm a New York boy.
I'm a New Yorker.
Well, I love Texas.
We do too.
Better.
The four-way test. Billy Bray, would you please come honor us with the four-way test? Billy Bray is a downtown Rotary charter member, board member, and president of Outsourced Risk Managers. Billy Bray.
Thank you, Tom. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Number 1. Is it true? Number 2. Is it fair to all concerned? Number 3. Will it build better friendships? Number 4. Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And for the Downtown Rotary Club of Houston, number 5.
Is it 5?
Marita, did everybody hear Marita? Did you say it? Thank you so much. Okay. Do we have the video? Let's see. Okay. Please be seated. Please be seated. Video 3.
Yeah, they've got 3 and 4.
Okay.
Follow your dreams with Engel and Volker Houston. Our team knows that finding the perfect home feels like a dream come true, and how tiring finding the right home can be. You don't have to struggle by yourself. With our team of advisors, ED Real Estate is set for you. Whether you're selling or buying, when you list your property with us, you'll gain attention from homeowners all around the world, from chateaus in France to chalets in Switzerland. There's a world of possibilities for your next home. Wherever you're living, we want to grow with you. From your first home to your second to the vacation home, and yes, even to the empty nest high-rise. Wherever life takes you, we want to go to. After all, our homes are where we choose to live and where precious memories are made for a lifetime. Find it now at houston.edrealestate.com. We are Engel and Volker's Houston and offer luxury at every price point.
So if I could ask you to go ahead and enroll video 5, we're going to change up for just 1 second. Did you have that ready? Thank you.
We tell them we're problem solvers, opportunity creators, and change makers. We are Rotary. Around the world, our network of 1.4 million neighbors, friends, and leaders volunteer skills and resources to solve issues and address community needs. Take action with us. Find out more at rotary.org/action.
So if I could ask the AV crew to please have a microphone ready. Billy's going to do the happy dollars, and we'd like to have a microphone ready when he does. So just enjoy your meal for a second while Billy gets set up. Kitty, are you here today? Kitty Guggenheim? Oh, would you like to come up and tell us about the veterans event, please? You got about 2 minutes. You have some lettuce right here in your teeth. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Not everybody can tell you.
Yes, I know. I'm special. I tell you when it's not even there.
Hi, everybody. I'm here again. Hi. And thank you so much for giving me a minute here at the podium. We're so excited about our Salute to Veterans Luncheon, which is coming up soon, Tuesday, November 12th. And we're excited about our program. We have Admiral Michelle Howard coming to be our speaker, and she served 35 years in the Navy, and she's a 4-star general, and she's just done all kinds of like unbelievable things. So we're excited to have her come and speak with us. We have sponsorship opportunities available, and several people have already generously volunteered to be a sponsor. So thank you to Fidelity and to Larry Smith and to Maintenance of Way, and also the General Consulate of Korea is going to be a featured table again this year. And last but not least, you can volunteer, and just with a $75 donation, you can support one veteran seat. So any amount is appreciated very much. So, and we have the Texas A&M Cadet Singers coming too. So it's gonna be a wonderful, wonderful event. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be reaching out with other opportunities as it gets a little bit closer to help with the committee. So thanks again.
Thank you, Kitty. Thank you so much, Kitty. Please get involved in the Rotary Veterans event and committee if possible. One of the things that we started, which I find just wonderful, under Lori's presidency, was the happy dollars, the happy bucks. So what Billy's going to do is walk around with the microphone, and if you have something good you want to share, tell us about it. But we'd also like a donation. It goes to the Rotary Club, and I'm going to start. Billy? So our credit union has been around for 63 years. We hit an all-time high revenue last month and all-time high net income. So just wanted to share that.
Good morning, everybody. My company is Infinity Marketing, and I just want to say that, just same as Tom, that we are experiencing a new all-time monthly recurring revenue for our company, hitting well over 6 figures. So thank you guys.
Way to go, Vincent. Way to go.
There's 2 more veterans tables just got sold.
So I'm excited. So we bought some land in Burleson County in Caldwell, and I just got a video from my husband that they put the fence up. So we'll have 19 acres to go play and hang out and do whatever we're going to do in Burleson County. Who knows? Right? Sky's the limit.
Fantastic.
I'm so happy because we're 4 weeks into the school year. My daughter's a freshman and junior high is over. That makes me so happy. She's doing amazing and she loves it, and junior high is over. She has a 50 for both of us. So my daughter decided to do drama and joined Wild Fish Theater for the first time. She's always been into sports. And she got one of the top roles in the upcoming production, Matilda. I know! She got the acrobat. I'm so proud of her.
Super excited. See how fun this is, guys?
Alright, so my little student came home yesterday with a note from the school about wanting to be in student council. And for those of you who don't know, I'm an immigrant to America, so I was like, what is this? What do you do for this? And I was like, that's what you should do. I just like, Mama, of course I want to be able to do it. I was like,
I'm going to take it to the other end of the lifespan. From the old guys. And Monday, 2 days ago, I had the pleasure of celebrating a good friend and a veteran's 100th birthday.
Oh my goodness. Over here.
All right. Brian? My name is Brian Merrill from Tanglewood Total Wealth Management, and it's been a good year. We went from 13 to 18 employees, opened up a new space.
Goodness.
And one of our talented new members, Reagan Frederickson, who's been very involved here. And we're very excited to have her, and we're very excited for our future as a firm.
We're excited that Reagan's here as well, and you, Brian. So thank you for coming, and thank you for loaning us Reagan's talents.
Very much so. Welcome.
Mine's more on a personal note. Today is my husband's birthday, so I'm celebrating that, especially since he is 1 year out from a bone marrow transplant from multiple myeloma, and he is 1 year in remission. So it's a very celebrated day for me. So that's
Wonderful.
personal. And I'm with Tom with USI Credit Union as well. So that's a celebration.
Thank you.
Hey, my name is Kyle Griffin. I'm a, yes, Tanya, so not a Rotary member, but take this opportunity. I'm also a veteran and a founding member of a organization called Project Zero. We have our golf tournament coming up on Monday. So if any of you are golfers and you want to support veterans, we're looking for teams, looking for sponsors, and so we'd love to talk to you about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anybody else?
We'll get you next month. We didn't get to you today, but
Billy, thank you so much for doing this.
Hey, Billy, I got something.
Okay.
if you want to
I
speak
wanted
up,
to share a text I just got from the boss.
The boss. Invite him to the Rotary Club, Tom.
He was a Rotary, he's in Rotary in New York.
Here we go. Come on, get this right here. Damn right.
Follow that, right? Yeah.
No, I'm gonna, I have to follow it. I didn't know he was gonna do that, but thank you. Thank you. We're all together. I wanted to be thankful today that we have Tom Homan, that he waived his $20,000 fee to speak to us for zero. So, God bless. God bless. God bless.
So I'd like to thank you all for your donations to our club, and without these donations and dues, we would not be able to do the outstanding work our Downtown Rotary Club has planned for the Houston community and our worldwide assistance programs. Thank you all for your volunteer time and your efforts. Thank you so much. Also, we have envelopes on every table. Could someone please hold up one envelope? And if you'd like to make a donation, please use those. Thank you so much. Please use those envelopes to make a donation. At this time, I'd like to introduce our head table, starting on my right. Andrew Martin, Downtown Rotary Board member and CEO of Six Figure Dinners. Andrew, thank you for being here. Austin Gilbert, Downtown Rotary Vice President and founder and CEO of Stratdel LLC. Stratdel LLC, thank you. Thank you so much, Austin. Tom Homan, former acting director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Thank you so much for being here. And hopefully our next Rotary Club member.
Yep.
All right, we got a new member. We're trying to hit 200, and with guests like you, and maybe ask Donald to come speak. Huh? Myself, Tom Butler, president of your Rotary Club and president of USI Federal Credit Union. Rick Slaymaker, the man that needs no introduction, because you can hear him coming a mile away. Downtown Rotary founding charter president. Michael Wynn, the guy with the coolest shoes in the building. Michael, you got to show him your shoes. Michael is president-elect of the Downtown Rotary Club of Houston and co-founding partner of Gregor Wynn Arney PLLC. Billy Bray, my buddy, Downtown Rotary Club charter member and board member and president of Outsourced Risk Managers. And then Fred Barton. Could this club operate without Fred and Jan Barton? They couldn't. Downtown Rotary Club member, retired from General Electric Company. So at this time I'd like to ask, are there any visiting Rotarians? Please stand. Visiting Rotarians. Thank you. Thank you for coming here today.
We need to do a special.
Sure, you want to do it? Rick's got a special little announcement
Yeah.
here.
So first, in hierarchy, we're lucky to have past district governor Jeff Tallis. Jeff is an agency owner of Farmers Insurance. Stand up, Jeff. Jeff was one of the first. Jeff was one of the first people when we decided to start this club that said we could never do it. So thank you, Jeff. Thank you. I love Jeff. I love Jeff. He's awesome. Also want to introduce Cameron Welch. Cameron, stand up. Cameron Welch is what was he? Besides Louis Welch's grandson.
Tell us about yourself.
Mayor Louis Welch.
Let him tell him about himself.
Go ahead.
Like I said, my name's Cameron Welch. I'm a deputy United States Marshal here in Houston. Trying to work Street. Trying to keep our streets safe.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And is Sergeant Dorton here? Sergeant Dorton from the Houston Police Department, Gang Division. You're awesome, brother. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for being with us. Appreciate your service. And we have a really special guest, a good friend. I won't say an old friend because, as you know, with women, you never know how old they are, so you don't need to talk about it. Shara Fryer, stand up, Shara. Shara's awesome. She's awesome. She and Tom know each other. Shara, she's the news anchor for Houston's Morning News and KTRH. Just a little commercial for her. She's also won an Emmy Award. She's been in Houston broadcasting for decades. She used to be the anchor for Channel 13. She garnered statewide, national, and international attention. And she's just amazing. She is a Paul Harris Fellow in Rotary. She was voted, like Lynn Wyatt, a Houston treasure, and is a good friend of downtown Rotary. Thank you, sweetheart.
That's wonderful. I ran into Shara at the FBI Academy class at the Johnson Space Center, and I was so starstruck, I think I told her I'd had a crush on her for about 20 years. Growing up in Houston, who didn't have a crush on Shara Fryer? Anyway, now I've lost my place. Am I red? Okay, I'd like to introduce and bring up to this podium Michael Wynn, Downtown Rotary Rose Parade Chairman.
I'll be brief. I think I've mentioned this multiple times. 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific on Saturday morning. I make the phone call, see if I can beat the others. The phone call to get our time to decorate the Rotary International float in the Tournament of Roses Parade. And the plan is to get that last Saturday, last pieces of assembly. If you have not contacted me yet about being part of it, let me know. As soon as I know our position in line, then I'll be able to make logistics, travel arrangements, and so forth. It's the first time we participated. It should be a whole lot of fun. Going to bring my 8-year-old daughter, and hopefully make a lifetime memory. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Michael. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a fun event. Please enjoy your meal, and we'll begin the rest of our program in just a few minutes. Tom, because you can say the sign up for my thing is over there, the sign up for all these things are over there as well.
Kitty's already done her
Yeah,
thing.
we're right here. We're about to start it.
Oh, okay, we'll do it. We'll do it when
Right after the video. Right after the video. So before we ask Tom to come up and speak, if you would please, we have a few events that are coming up here in the Rotary Club that we'd like you to open your mind to and think about participating in. We try to be a social club, and to enhance that aspect of this club, there's some things that Rick would like to talk to you about, and there are sign-up sheets at the back table for the things that we're going to talk about, as well as the Rose Bowl parade. We have sign-up sheets back there. So Rick, if you would, please.
Thank you, Tom. One thing we forgot to introduce a very, very special guest of ours, Suzette Brown. Suzette, stand up. She's with Tom Homan today, and she helped arrange all this. So Suzette, thank you.
And her daughter's in Conroe.
Your daughter's in Conroe.
Yes, her daughter lives in Conroe.
As Tom said, there's going to be sign-up sheets for those interested in the Rotary Social Night Out. The 80 Players presents Esther from Dancing with the Stars in September, and the next being a Christmas show, Christmas Carol Part 2 in December, more shows following. We have a sign-up sheet for the Men's Rotary Choir. So if you're interested in singing in the choir, and you've got my voice, you won't want to do that. But for the you said men's choir? You didn't mean men.
The men's choir.
Men's choir. Ooh. I don't know if that's PC or not.
We're going to start there, and we do know where
Okay.
we'll end up.
Well, that's Tom. We're also organizing a gun safety license carry class that all interested who want you to sign up. It's going to be really fun. We're going to have the women take the carry class on one weekend, and the men will do it on, and we're going to do it at the Athena Gun Club. They have all kinds of guns, weapons, everything, so it's going to be really fun. If you would like to sign up for it, or you've got a wife or brother or sister or whatever that wants to take the course, please let us know, because it's going to be really, really nice. Also want to point out that we're getting ready to start another term, another season with the Houston Polo Club. Tammy Beeson, stand up. Tammy is the real power behind the Houston Polo Club. I'm a polo player myself. Michael, we've got several polo players in this room. So if you are interested in going to polo, just check out the website and send me an email, because we've got box seats for polo. If you're a member of this club, you're entitled to go to polo and have a free box seat. So take advantage of that. It's wonderful. September 15th. And if you're interested in playing polo or taking lessons, do you have any openings yet? 2 openings. So if you want to take lessons, even if you don't ride, see Tammy, because you get the Rotary discount. It's wonderful. It's a lot of fun. And last but not least, we need to start compiling names. Where is Jason Maida? Jason is the chair of the Rodeo Parade Committee, and if you want to ride in the horse in the rodeo parade and you've never done it, see Jason Maida, because see Tammy. See both of them. Okay, see you there. So we're going to have a lot of fun doing that too. So thank you. I'll be back. They'll be back in the back here where y'all can sign up. Thank you very much.
So if we could please, video number 7.
Hello, I'm Tom Homan from Board 911. You know, I wake up every morning pissed off on what this administration has done to our national security, to our southern border. When I worked for the Trump administration, we handed this administration the most secure border of my lifetime. They unsecured this border on purpose. What commander-in-chief does that for the nation? It has resulted in a record number of Americans dying from fentanyl, over 112,000. A record number of women and children being sex trafficked into the United States. This is devastating to America. We can't have national security on border security. The Border 911 team, who is experts, the most profound experts in the world when it comes to border security, are going to spend the next year educating American people on why border security matters. It's a national security threat, it's a public safety threat, it's a public health threat. When President Trump walks back in the Oval Office in January of 2025, we'll lock this war down in 120 days.
Last year, I don't know the final figures, but almost 1 million people were legally sworn in as new citizens in this country. And as far as keeping families together, we're now at a point where, depending on the month, 7,000 to 9,000 unaccompanied minors without either parent are allowed in this country, and some just taken off to foster care and somebody's completely unrelated to them. So both, it is not at all true to say that people can't find a way to come here. They have all these visas, and almost a million a year are sworn as new citizens, and we are proceeding with the process. 8,000 to 10,000 kids left in here without their parents. Now, Mr. Homan, is it a criminal act in the U.S. without authorization to points of entry?
Yes, a violation of Title 8 U.S.C. 1325. It's a criminal act.
Okay, so yeah, criminal act. Many of the illegal aliens we see across the southwest border have smartphones and luggage. They also, by the way, I'll stop right there. You're familiar with the border. Do you buy this idea that all these people coming here are destitute, or other, some people are pretty well off given where their countries they came from?
Well, people are coming from 181 different countries, so every country's different, but like I said, you go over the immigration court data, the vast majority of these people will be ordered removed because they don't qualify for asylum. So using a loophole, they claim asylum, saying a few key phrases taught by the cartels get released in the United States. Many don't show up in court, and those that do show up in court that get a final order removal won't leave, because the Secretary of my office has said to ICE, being in the country illegally on its own isn't enough for ICE to seek an arrest. which is just gonna bring more people. They know they enter the country legally, as long as they don't commit a serious crime, ICE doesn't let them go.
Okay. The media in this administration claim that many illegal aliens come from countries with poor economic conditions or crime. Are poor economic conditions coming here from Brazil or whatever, that economic downturn, are poor economic conditions or general fear of crime, like if somebody comes in here from Chicago, Mexico, are they valid legal grounds for granting an asylum case?
No. Asylum is escaping fear and persecution from your home state government because of your race, religion, political affiliation, or participation in a specific social group.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to ask Austin Gillard, Vice President-elect, to come up to the podium.
Mr. Homan, thank you for being here. Tom Homan grew up in West Carthage, New York. He is a career law enforcement officer for 40 years. He was a police officer, then a Border Patrol agent, then a special agent, investigating criminal organizations that smuggle aliens or traffic in females and children. He was nominated by the president to be the ICE director. Little did he know that this decision would lead to him becoming the first director of ICE, to have worked his way up through the ranks from the very bottom of the law enforcement ladder to the top, an accolade that he is extremely proud. More recently, Tom has been focused on educating professionals, officials, and the public as to the threat currently posed by the southern border through keynote speeches, public speaking, and television appearances. He assists businesses with high-level strategy direction through his company, Homeland Strategic Consulting, assisting qualified individuals in establishing relationships and building their reputation. Tom is the author of the best-selling book, Defend the Border and Save Lives. Let's give a warm downtown Rotary welcome to Tom Homan.
All right, thanks. So this isn't a Border 911 event. I do have a 501c3 Border 911. Can't be political. I'm about to get way political, so this is not a 501c3 event. This is Tom Homan, Trump's ICE guy. And I'll be with Trump again when he wins in January. I will be back at Trump. So I want to talk about what are you hearing right now? Look, we all know the borders. We know the Biden-Harris administration took the most secure border of my lifetime and unsecured it on purpose. Think about that. I've worked for 6 presidents. When I started in Border Patrol, it was Ronald Reagan. I worked for 6 presidents. Every president I worked for took steps to secure the border. Even Clinton and Obama took steps to secure it. They understood, like you said in the video, you can't have strong national security if you don't have border security. We gotta know who's coming in, what's coming in, where's coming in, why it's coming in. But no one did more than President Trump. What President Trump did was unprecedented. President Trump had illegal immigration down to a 45-year low. Illegal immigration was down 83% to 90%, depending on what time frame you looked at. No president was able to achieve those metrics. So what he did was highly successful. And frankly, I'm pretty proud of that. And Joe Biden's the first president in the history of the nation who came into office in unsecured border. He rolled over 90 executive orders, first 2 weeks in office, and demolished everything we created on the southern border. So we went from the lowest numbers of illegal immigration in 45 years to historic, never seen before numbers. First year, 2.3, then 3.2. I mean, he's breaking his own record. We went from the most secure border to historic illegal immigration. And when I'm going around the country, I'm doing a lot for President Trump. I'm talking to big groups. Matter of fact, I'm going to Dallas after this. I'm driving to Dallas doing an event with Ted Cruz tonight in Dallas. But I spend most of my time right now trying to explain to American people the difference between Trump and Harris and the lies that the Harris campaign's saying right now. At the DNC, several people got up on stage, including Harris, and said that President Trump stopped bipartisan legislation that would have secured the border because he wanted this as an election issue. That is bullshit. It's just so you know. If I offend anybody here today, I don't care. Because I say what I say. That's all I should do. Here's what they're not telling you. 6 months before that Senate bill even came into play, the House passed H.R. 2. H.R. 2 was the strongest border legislation I've seen in 3.5 decades I've been doing this job. And what happened to it? The House passed it, went to the Senate. Chuck Schumer wouldn't put it up for a vote. He wouldn't put it on the floor for debate. It's sitting on his desk to this day. So who shut down border legislation that could have fixed the border? The Democrats did. The White House did, along with Senate Democrats. Why did they do that? Because H.R. 2 would have worked. How do I know H.R. 2 would have worked? I helped write it. H.R. 2 had a lot of Trump policies in it. They had the Remain in Mexico program in it, had End and Catch and Release in it. So why would we ever negotiate another bill? Why would we negotiate against no success? We knew that worked, we proved it worked, so that's why we wrote the bill the way it wrote. I helped with it. Chip Roy had a lot to do with it. He's congressman here in Texas, and regardless of what you think of Chip Roy, I'm telling you, he's a patriot. He wants border secure more than anybody else. So look, that H.R. 2 would have worked. So we don't hear anything about that. Trump shut down legislation. No, you shut down legislation way before the Senate bill even came into play. And why did the Senate bill come into play? Why did they wait 3.5 years to write anything? I'll tell you why, because they saw the polls. This isn't about securing the border. This is about let's pass something or create something in the Senate that we know will never pass the House. That way we can flip the script and say, okay, it's the Republicans' fault, the border is not secure. President Trump pushed back on that legislation. I had several discussions with him. He should back down. He should push back on the legislation. It was terrible. The bill, if you read the bill, and all these people, like Kamala Harris wants to stand on the stage saying she's going to sign that bill day one in office, well, she will because it's not going to solve the border crisis, but does she even know it's in the bill? Do all these people on the left, whether it's MSNBC, NBC, when they keep talking about this bill, have they ever read the bill? Because if you read the bill, you don't have to be a genius to understand the bill is a bunch of shit. You're going to allow 4,000 to 5,000 people a day to enter the country illegally before you take any action. And that has happened 15 days straight. So if you do the math, they're saying they're okay with up to 1.8 million illegal entries in this country before they take action. What the hell kind of security bill is that? And when they get to the 5,000, let's say, okay, illegal alien comes to the border, he's alien number 5001. Do you think he's going to turn around and go home? Or you think he's going to go a mile down the road and be a godaway? That's what's going to happen. That bill, the Senate bill, did nothing about child trafficking. It did nothing about families. It did nothing about sex trafficking of women. It didn't end catch and release like they said it would, because if you go to page 164, it says if you claim asylum, you can still be released. Everybody's claiming asylum. So if you read the bill, you know the left is pushing that. It's just a stone cold lie with a security border. So President Trump was right saying the bill's bad. Senator Langford, a Republican senator, I talked to him. And he said, I'm going to explain the bill for you, Tom, because I want you to push this on Fox News. And I was with 2 other Border Patrol chiefs. They were working with Newsmax. He was like, need you guys support this bill? He spent an hour and went through the bill. He says, will you guys support it? I said, hell no. That's a terrible bill. Why would you write a bill like that? Why would you be involved in a bill like that? So shame on Senator Langford. He got played because, like I said, they want to create a bill that they know wouldn't pass so they can flip the script on Republicans. I told Langford, wait a minute, you're in the Senate, you're Republican, why don't you demand H.R. 2 get put on the floor? That will fix the border. So shame on him. Now the Democrats got this talking point, bipartisan bill that would have fixed the border. Hear it from me. I know the H.R. 2 bill says, I know the Senate bill says, the Senate bill will never secure that border. Now, Border Patrol endorsed it in the beginning because they said, look, even if they, take action at 5,000 a day, it's something more than we're doing now. It's something. But what they fail to understand is, once you codify it into law, that's the law of the land. That what Ty Trump saying as he gets back, said, look, let's just get Trump back in office and secure the border, the highest level this nation's ever seen. Let us finish the job. And that's what we're going to do. So don't believe all the crap you're seeing on, because she said it. She said it again yesterday. I just want to break my TV set when I see it. Because she's lying, stone cold lying. Now she's saying she's going to secure the border. She's saying, I'm a career prosecutor who's prosecuted criminal gang members coming across the border. Okay, you're a seasoned prosecutor that slandered the men in the horse patrol, calling them racist, was supposedly whipping black migrants. The investigation found them innocent. You never even issued a policy. So a career prosecutor slandered these men with no evidence and ruined their lives and ruined their career. Because those agents from horse patrol are still not back to full duty. They're trying to nail them with, well, one agent used a bad word, the other agent was too aggressive. They got to do something to these agents to save face, because the White House called them out. Joe Biden called them out. Secretary Mayorkas, who should have been impeached and removed 2 years ago. And so they all attacked these men in the horse patrol, so they got to come up with something to nail them on. And that's what they're currently doing. Luckily, they got some good attorneys, and it's never going to stick. But these guys did their job. The horse patrol, when I saw that video, it took me about 30 seconds when I saw it, so they did nothing wrong. The agents performed exactly as they were trained. The horses performed exactly as they were trained. I know the rules of engagement. It did exactly as they should have done. The only ones that did anything wrong that day were the Haitian illegal aliens who crossed the border, which is a crime. They ignored federal commands, which is a felony, but no one talked about that. It was all the Border Patrol agents on horse patrol that were bad guys. Harris has never issued an apology after calling them racist. Harris compared ICE to the KKK. Harris, as not only Attorney General in California, but as a senator, supports sanctuary cities that release criminal aliens to the street to reoffend. And you guys have heard, you guys had your share of tragedies here on illegal aliens raping and killing young girls. So Harris has nothing that she can support her on. She's strong in immigration. She wants to abolish ICE. She wants to, and she's saying she wants to pass a Senate bill because more Border Patrol agents. You don't need more Border Patrol agents. Trump didn't have more Border Patrol agents. This isn't a resource issue, it's a policy issue. But the Remain in Mexico program was a game changer for the Trump administration. You know how that came about? Sitting in the Oval Office, and me and President Trump just got back from Long Island. We did Operation Matador. We arrested about just short of 500 gang members, most of them MS-13. On the way back Air Force One, he goes, "So how long will it take you to get rid of these guys, Tom?" I said, "It's going to be a while because El Salvador pushes back on accepting their people back, especially criminals." He looked at me and says, "Well, that's bullshit." He goes, "How many planes can you fill?" I said, "I can fill 7 planes now. Get them ready." I said, "Well, last 5 administrations couldn't get in shape." 2 days later, President Trump called me up and said to fill the planes. He called El Salvador and demanded they take them back. He'd take every dollar of international aid away from them. And guess what? They couldn't come to the table quick enough. President Trump, whether you like him or not, is a badass president. He can take shit from nobody. Central American countries that remain in Mexico, when I explained to them the asylum process, what I spoke about briefly on the video. If you look at immigration court data, 86.7%, that's the most recent data I've seen, which is 9 out of 10 people claim asylum at the border don't get relief from U.S. courts because they simply don't qualify for asylum. They're coming here to join an illegal alien spouse, they're coming here to put their children in our school system, they're coming here to build a better life, and I get that. We're the greatest country on the face of the earth. I understand why people want to come here, right? But there's a right way to come here, and there's a wrong way to come here. When they come to the border, they know, the cartels teach them, claim asylum, and they give them a couple key phrases they can say, and they automatically pass that first interview on the border because the threshold for proof on the border is so low. And it was written that way on purpose, because they don't want to accidentally send someone home to be persecuted by the home government. So the threshold is very low. It was set that way. But when they get to immigration court, if they show up in immigration court, which many don't, the standard of proof is much, much higher. So when I explained this to President Trump in the Oval Office, I said, well, 9 out of 10 lose their case, but only 6% leave. 6. And he says, well, if they don't qualify, why do we release them to disappear in the United States and not file orders of removal? And that's when he says, well, then let's not let them in. Let's keep them in Mexico. They can wait there to have their hearings. They lose. We don't have to go find them. We got them. That's where Remain in Mexico came in. He goes, well, if 90% don't qualify and then we can't find but 6% of them, let's stop letting them in if we know most of it's fraud. That was President Trump's call. That was a game changer. And you know what people don't talk about? It took about 60 days to Remain in Mexico program. They stopped coming. When they realized, they know they don't qualify, they don't take advantage of the loophole. So they knew if they're not going to be released in the United States, they know they don't qualify for asylum. They're just coming here with better life, which again I get. But they stopped coming. They stopped selling everything they own and gave it to the cartels to be smuggled to the United States. They stopped. They stopped coming, which proves my fact. Most of them even knew they didn't qualify, so they're not going to spend their life savings to get to Mexico. President Trump also came up with safe third country agreement, saying, okay, if you're a citizen of Guatemala and you're really escaping fear and persecution from your home government because of your race, religion, or political affiliation, and you get to Mexico, have you not escaped that fear? Have you not escaped that persecution? Then you should be claiming asylum in Mexico, the first free country you come to. He got all three countries to agree to that, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador, along with Mexico. They didn't come running to the table to agree to sign that. Well, again, he told them, you will do the right thing, or I'll punish you. We'll stop giving you millions of dollars every year. Because in another discussion I had with President Trump, how do we deal with this? Well, every administration I work for sends millions of dollars down there to create opportunity zones so that people have a great opportunity down there so they don't have to come to the United States. Has it ever worked? No, because these countries are corrupt. The money don't get to the people that need it. Then that's when I get that meeting, he says, well, I'm not going to give them any money. Matter of fact, I don't take money away. When he's trying to take money away, guess what? They all come to the table, wants to sign these agreements. That's the president I want to work for. He put America first. And what people aren't talking about, his first year in office, he came up with an immigration plan for Congress to bring more legal immigrants. I got nothing, I'm not anti-immigrant at all. I'm anti-illegal immigration because I saw the tragedies that I dealt with as an agent that keep me awake to this day. I talk about in my book. I've had Victoria, Texas, here. I was a lead agent in Victoria, Texas. I got flown from Dallas to Victoria on an air marine flight, and I got there and I was walked through the crime scene by the sheriff and a Texas Ranger, and I got 19 dead people at my feet, including a 5-year-old boy suffocated dead. I was the lead agent on that. And that's just one out of 100 stories I can tell you. That's why I'm so emotional about this issue. That's why I keep fighting every day about this issue, because when President Trump had illegal immigration down 90%, think about this. Doctors Without Borders did a study. They said 31% of women who make that journey through cartels get sexually assaulted. Get raped. Not once, numerous times. If 31% of women admitted that, how many actually got sexually assaulted? 31% women said it happened to me. So let me ask you this question, or make a point, because they keep saying the Trump administration's policies are inhumane. Really? When illegal immigration on 90%, when 90% less people were coming, how many women were being raped? How many kids didn't drown in the river? How many Americans didn't die of fentanyl overdoses? How many terrorists didn't make it in the country? Because the border patrol was 100% vigilant on the line because they weren't dealing with massive immigration. How many people on terrorist watch lists didn't come across? How many billions of dollars did the cartels not make? President Trump's policies saved lives. Even the wall saves lives because that wall works. Of course, the Trump Biden administration stopped building it, and they were even selling the parts for it. But and I remember Jen Psaki standing at the White House podium saying, we stopped the wall because the wall is ineffective, doesn't work. Really? CBP.gov, the United States government data, clearly shows every place that built a wall, illegal immigration dropped, illegal drug flow dropped. So once she sat there and lied to American people. This administration, every administration I've worked for, they'll stretch the truth, but I've never seen an administration outwardly lie like this administration don't. The walls work. You know what the best thing about the wall is? Women and children can't get over that wall. What does that mean? They're going to go to a place where there's not a wall. And what's there? The men and women in green. They're going to deal with the humanitarian crisis because a lot of people are in bad shape and they're fine. The only humanity on that border today is the men and women of the United States Border Patrol. After I was a police officer in New York, that's how I started my law enforcement, and I became Border Patrol agent. Proudest time of my life wearing that green uniform. The finest 1% this country has, the United States Border Patrol agents. They save lives every day. Last time I was down the border, I stood there and I watched this little girl, a group of aliens came across, and there was this little girl, she couldn't have been 7, 8 years old. And she was with a large group. She didn't know anybody. No relative was in that group. And I watched that little girl, and any of you here are parents, the most frightened little girl you ever want to see. It broke your heart. She was shaking, she was scared, she was crying, she was terrified. She didn't know any of these people. And I watched a border patrol agent bigger than me get on his knees and talk to her in Spanish. I see a smile coming across her face. She wrapped her arms around his neck. And that border patrol agent, I get emotional talking about this because I am a dad. That border patrol agent carried her around the rest of the night like a dad. That's the men and women of the United States Border Patrol, not this bullshit you hear from the left. These not only patriots that strap a gun to their hip every day and wear a Kevlar vest to defend this nation, they're the most humane thing on that border. The criminal cartels don't give a shit about these people. They're raping the women. Children are dying every day on the border. Why I'm talking to you right now, don't take this lightly. Why I'm talking to you right now, women are being held down, sexually assaulted by criminal cartels right now as I'm speaking to you. A child will die tonight on the border. And that's why I said, you see me, and people say, why are you always pissed off? Because we have this locked down. And when the Biden administration came and opened the border up, it means more children are going to be sexually assaulted, more women are going to be sexually assaulted, more people are going to die. Since Joe Biden's been president, we got over 250,000 people have died from fentanyl poisonings. Historic record. We have an historic number of migrants, illegal aliens. Over 2,400 have died crossing the border. Historic record. Historic number of people on terrorist watch lists. 389 arrests on the southwest border under Biden. When I worked for Trump, we had 11. 11 over 380. Historic numbers. You don't tell me Biden's administration are more humane. You're killing Americans at record numbers. You're killing illegal aliens at record numbers. Nothing's humane about this at all. And as far as an immigration plan forward, Trump put one forward. He's still going to take care of mothers and fathers and sons and daughters of aliens trying to come to the country legally, but he wanted to base it on merit. If you can come to this country and help this country improve, if you have a degree, if you have a skill we need, open the door up. He wanted illegal immigration. He understood illegal immigration is important to this country. This country is built on immigrants. But he wanted to do it the right way. And think about this, you do it the right way, let's say all these farm workers, go back to the Becerra program. When I became the board in 1984, they just ended the Becerra program where people come here and work in the fields for the season. They get their money, they go back to Mexico, take their money back with them. It was a beautiful program. You know what's great about that? They go to Port of Entry and they get their entry pass and go do their job, but they weren't paying the criminal cartels. They weren't selling their whole life savings to be swum across a river and drown or be sexually assaulted. They're going to Port of Entry, coming in and not paying the cartels anything and not putting their health and safety at risk. That works. So if we need this employment here, then fix the system and bring them in a legal way. But illegal immigration is not the answer. I know. I spent 2.5 decades investigating these animals. I talked to girls as young as 9 years old that were raped multiple times by criminal cartels. Again, I'm a tough guy, but when you look in a little girl's eyes and see everything innocent of her, everything that little girl believes in is ripped from her because of what happened to her, with grown men just doing what they did to her, she's never going to be the same. Her life is never the same. It's so disgusting and unfair, that little girl. And this administration turned on the water. They busted the dam down, and now we're doing what we're dealing with. And the alien crime in the United States is out of whack. Alien crime is at all-time high. As a matter of fact, after I go to Dallas tonight with Ted Cruz, I'm heading up to Aurora, Colorado, when I had a press conference in front of that apartment complex that the Tren de Guaya gangs took over. I'm going to put them on notice. This shit ain't going to happen after January, because I'm coming back. And I'll personally go to Aurora, and we'll take every one of these people, we'll put them on a bus, we're going to send them home. Take them to a flight line, going back to Venezuela. And Venezuela better take them, because we're going to have a president, President Trump, who ain't going to take no for an answer. Just like he didn't take no from El Salvador. President Trump's, he's our answer. And if you don't like Trump, that's fine. I love the guy. No one did more. She secured this board and President Trump, and the dad approves it, and I can't wait to get back. President Trump asked me the other day, he says, so you're coming back? I said, I told you coming back for 6 months. I mean, how many times I need to say it? But you're taking a hell of a pay cut. You know, I'm going to take an 80% pay cut. If I told him I'll come back for free, I'm so pissed off. And I'm going to go back, and we're going to secure this border. We're going to finish the job. Then I can retire, knowing I did what's best for the country I love. I love this country. I love the men and women of the Border Patrol. I think we ought to have law and order in this country. I want to get back to where we respect cops. President Trump respects cops. I want to go back to the neighborhood I grew up in and see the American flags flying every front porch. Remember the America we all grew up in? The village, I grew up in a town 2,500, and every porch had an American flag flying. We grew up about 4 miles outside of Fort Drum. I don't recognize this America. President Trump's our hope, and that's why I do everything. I'm on the road 25 days a month. I'm on an airplane every day. I'm not bragging and saying, oh, Tom Homan's a hero. It's just I give a shit. And that's why the media hates me. That's why the left hates me, because they understand you can't cancel Tom Homan. I don't give a shit what you say about me. I don't. I don't. Matter of fact, I was talking to a couple of gentlemen before that started. They actually helped me because I get tired. I'm on the road 25 days a month. There's times I just get tired, and I wonder, am I making a difference? And then I read a bad story about me, and I say, fucking A. I'm sorry for the profanity, it's just true, man. My wife says, stop swearing. I can't help it, because I take this personally. When I read it, it throws gas on my fire, and I get fired up again. Because I know my message is getting out, I'm pissing people off. I'm depressed today because there wasn't protesters here. That kind of, you should have noticed that I was coming to speak. I love protesters. Because they fired me up. And that's why, look, maybe I learned this from Trump. You can't care about what people say about you if you know you're doing the right thing. And look, I've lost friends. My family's lost friends. A guy I grew up with, my closest childhood friend, has nothing to do anymore. I told him, I said, look, if you're not going to like me because I work for President Trump, that tells me everything I need to know about you. So I don't need to be your friend. So I'm asking you, folks, if they get 4 more years, we can't fix it. Right now, I've got a decade worth of work to do. They get 4 more years, we can't fix it. So hit your knees tonight and pray to President Trump that he overcomes all this hate and becomes our president again. He's our only hope. I'm telling you, I've done this gig for 34 years. He is our hope. And I give you my word. He comes back, I come back, and I will run the biggest deportation operation this country's ever seen. You can take that to the bank. Thank you.
So on your tables, thank you, Tom, that was wonderful. On your tables, you have cards. Please, we don't want anybody standing up and asking questions. Please write them on your cards. Vincent will come around and pick up your cards, and we will ask questions of Tom. Billy, an idea just came to mind. The next time we have Tom speak, instead of Happy Bucks, we have a swear jar. And and we'll all join Tom in raising some money. Thank you so much, Tom. I can tell you I have some personal experience with a couple of things that Tom talked about. At my credit union, we've onboarded about 1,200 of these migrant workers. I went personally to Guatemala in May and oversaw the onboarding of these workers. We had 700 of those workers go to Arizona. They picked melons, and physically they're more adept at them. They used to have Mexican workers come in, but the Guatemalan workers are shorter. So they walk in these kind of short ravines where they pick up the melons. They don't have to bend down. The Mexican workers were taller, so they were more productive. It's just a fascinating thing. And we also brought in 600 Mexican workers to Costa Farms in Florida. And so they're here for a period of time. We have a DHS visa, and then they go back. And it's a wonderful program, so thank you. I've seen it in real life. I also, many of y'all don't know this, I worked sex crimes here for 6 years for Harris County. I was the Harris County Sex Offender Registration Coordinator. I have firsthand experience in what Tom was talking about. And some things in this life you will never unsee, and they will haunt you to your grave. There's an old saying, it says, if you look into the abyss for too long, sometimes the abyss looks back, and those things haunt me as well. So I understand where that drive comes from, to want to do the right thing. So, Tom, if you would please, come back up. What changes would you make to legal immigration?
Based on merit. Shouldn't be a lottery system. Shouldn't be by chance. Based on merit. And President Trump had a great plan when he first got in office. If you have a U.S. citizen, mother and father, a child here, there should be a process for you to get in as long as your criminal history is good, and as long as you get a background check. But it needs to be based on merit. This country has, we need talent from around the world. We don't need to lose, we educate a big part of the world on IT and technology in this country. Only when they graduate, they leave. We could use that sort of talent here, especially in 2025, for God's sakes. We need smart people to help us make this country better than it already is. And like I said, I'm not anti-immigrant. This country is built on the backs of immigrants. And we need that talent in the United States. With a caveat of this, as long as we can't find a U.S. citizen to fill that role, which means the Department of Labor has to be very involved. If there's a company looking to hire a bunch of tech-savvy cybersecurity people, they want to bring them in, let's say they're going to school at MIT and they want to stay here and not leave at the end of their educational period, and they got a green card or a study, they're here to study, and that's what their visa says. Okay, if we have a need for that and we can't find a U.S. citizen to fill that job, then let's bring that talent here. So again, as long as they go through a background check, go to vetting, and do the things they're supposed to, not like what's happening on our southern border now. So that's how we fix it, based on merit and close family relationship. But what's happening right now, there's a lottery system. We don't know who the hell we're getting from around the world. So bring control of it. We are the greatest nation on earth. We ought to pick and choose who comes here. I pick and choose who comes to my home. This is our home. So as long as they can add to this country and make this country even better than it is, I'm all for it. I'm for legal immigration. I'm against illegal immigration kills people, it ruins this country. And I'll say this: no one hires an illegal alien out of goodness of their heart. I don't care what anybody says. They hire them because they work them harder, pay them less, and undercut the competition. I just put a roof in my house last year, and I had to call 5 or 6 companies before I got a company to guarantee me a legal workforce. And I told them I'm going to check every one of them to make sure I got a legal workforce. This guy showed up with his son, 2 U.S. citizen, father and son. He said, well, I just came, I want to see if maybe we can repair the roof and not do a whole roof, because I just simply can't do a whole roof right now, it's just me and my son. I said, nah, I need a whole roof replaced. And he told me a story. He had a roofing company, he had 20 U.S. citizens. Paid him $25 an hour to get on the roof. He couldn't win a contract because other companies were putting illegal aliens on the roof for $10 an hour. He just couldn't compete. So what did he do? He laid off 20 U.S. citizens. That happens 1,000 times in every county across this country. So illegal immigration is not a victimless crime. And it lowers wages and it undercuts real competition that's doing things the right way. So we got to stop it. We got to do things the right way, and Trump's got to do it. This administration is not going to fix illegal immigration. They think they're all going to be future Democratic. There's a reason why they unsecured the border. They think they're going to be future Democratic voters, but they don't even have to get there, because what did Biden do when he signed the 90 executive orders? He overturned Trump's census rule, which means these millions of people will be counted in the next census in sanctuary cities, which is going to result in what? More seats in the House with the Dems. They sold this country out for future political power. And that, in my mind, is treasonous.
Thank you, Tom. How will you deal with Chinese illegal immigrants? By vetting them as spies or simply deporting them? How would you deal with Chinese?
China is probably the most difficult country to deport somebody from. Deport them back. Even when I was ICE director. we meet with the Chinese embassy in Washington D.C., they always, yeah, you can remove those 20 as long as you give us these 3. And the 3 they wanted were pending asylum cases, true asylum cases. China wanted them back. They're here helping the United States, giving the United States intelligence, like government of China. So they were pretty hardcore. They said, well, we'll take these people back, but you give us these 3. You can't get these 3 back. They're in asylum. It's against the law to deport them when the asylum process is pending. And actually, I didn't tell them that. These are legitimate asylum cases. These people really are telling all your secrets. So it's going to take President Trump to call China and demand it. Look, and he's the guy to do it. Just like they did El Salvador, just like the third safe country with the triangle countries. And we have a third safe country agreement. So if China won't take them, if Hong Kong agrees to take them, we'll send them there. If Taiwan agrees, we'll send them there. We have other options to send if we don't take them. But no one's going to make China do more than President Trump, because he will hold their feet to the fire. Remember what he did in Mexico. So in Mexico, they're going to remain in the Mexico program. They're going to be in the Remain Mexico program. It's going to tariff everything coming out of Mexico in the billions of dollars. You do that to China, they'll take their people back. I guarantee, because China's economy counts on it. President Trump will pull that trigger, where this administration won't. Look, we got 250,000 people dead in fentanyl, precursors made in China. What has this administration done in China about that? What has this administration done to the drug cartels who produce that in Mexico and smuggle in the United States? They haven't done anything. I tell you right now, I said it in my speech at the RNC. President Trump becomes president, he'll wipe the criminal cartels off the face of the earth. Because he'll send a hellfire missile down there, just like he did Soleimani. And why would he do that? Because he's going to declare them terrorist organizations. Why would he do that? Because they've killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. They are terrorists. And President Trump will treat them like that. So how we deal with it? We hold China accountable, force them to take the people back, and I think President Trump will get it done. This administration not even trying.
Thank you, Tom. Quickly, the 2 questions that are very similar, and I'm trying to leave enough time for everybody to take pictures with Tom before they leave, so I'm going to try to wrap this up as quickly as possible. How does mass deportation work, and can you describe the deportation process?
Well, the biggest deportation year was actually under President Obama. We removed 409,000 people, and after that, everybody called him deporter in chief, and they cut us off and didn't remove anybody. But we will concentrate, like I said on Fox Show this morning, we'll concentrate on criminals and national security threats first. We have to. So, just like we did in the last Trump administration, 91% of everybody we arrested from outside structure under Trump, 91% were a convicted criminal or pending criminal charges. We found them in jail, which means they're not quarterable. We got to do the same thing. We got to take the public safety threats first and national security threats first. And there's a lot of them. Border Patrol's arrested people from 180 different countries. That's almost every country in the world. Many of these countries sponsor terror. 2 million gotaways. 2 million people paid more to get away. You pay one amount to the cartel, just get to the border, turn yourself in Border Patrol, the cartel's work's done. But if you want to escape the Border Patrol, you pay a hell of a lot more to get to Chicago, New York, or Houston. Why did 2 million people pay more to get away? Why did 2 million people not pay less to get a free airline ticket to the city of their choice, free hotel room, 3 meals a day, free medical care, and work authorization? Why did 2 million people pay more not to take all that free benefits? Because they didn't want to get vetted. They didn't want to be fingerprinted. That just scared the hell out of everybody. I'm telling you, something's coming. You don't have to convince me otherwise. Even the director of the FBI, who I don't respect, has said more red flags right now than he's ever seen. Something's coming, folks. Every terrorist organization in the world knows you can cross this border, be released in 24 hours, get to the city of your choice. God help us. Again, another reason we need a strong president. But mass deportation starts with criminals and national security threats, but no one's off the table. If you're in this country illegally, you better be looking over your shoulder. We're looking for you. The same reason when I leave here in a few minutes, go to Dallas, I'm not going to go 200 miles an hour. I don't want to get a speeding ticket. Same reason I don't lie my taxes. I don't want to go to prison. It's not okay to enter this country illegally. If you enter this country illegally, it's a crime. It's not okay. And people, when I first became ice director, my first hearing, I said, if you're illegally in the United States, you better be looking over your shoulder. Homan, you can believe what Homan said. He's threatening the immigrant community. No, I'm not. I'm threatening the illegal alien community. Nothing to do with the immigrant community. And you're right. That's the way it's supposed to be. If I'm in a country illegally, I'm going to be worried. I get nervous when I go to Mexico, even on business. But if you're going to be in another country illegally, you should be uncomfortable. You should be worried. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's not okay to enter this country illegally. It is a crime. And as far as the horse crap you hear that illegal aliens commit less crime than American citizens, really? Because every illegal alien committed a crime coming here. So 100% of them have committed a crime. If you don't like that, then change the law. But entering this country illegally is a crime. And Kamala Harris wants to change that, by the way.
If you would, please join me in thanking Tom for being here with us today. Judge Tomato, we have a little present for you, Tom. That entitles you to a horse ride at the rodeo parade, okay? Come back and join us in February.
You got man size?
I think I got it right.
That's
All
a
right.
good looking vest.
It's a good fit.
All right.
Looks good. Please feel free to line up here on the left side of the. I will. I'll be there in just a second.
Picture with Jason.
Where's
Lane's taking a picture. She's not there.
So please feel free to line up here.
What's going on?
Oh, we have one more thing to do.
Tom, come on here. Tom? What?
Mr. Homan.
Thomas Douglas Homan will be honored today for his service above self. Thomas Douglas Homan has served in law enforcement for 40 years. He was a police officer, border patrol agent, special agent investigating criminal, yada, 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 which we know about you. You've done everything you can do. Therefore, the Downtown Rotary Club of Houston, as an expression of appreciation for his lifetime of service in law enforcement and to the citizens of the United States, we hereby present this certificate of appreciation and honor this 4th day of September 2024. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.